Jay. So this first one, I don't know if you've heard, but Apu's been kind of there's discussions of like taking him out of the Simpsons,
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard
which is
this.
I guess is laughable in a way, because it really is. All characters on the Simpsons are based on a stereotype or another. You know, like no one's going after the police character who is a complete idiot. And I think there was one moment that I saw a meme of like a couple of days ago where someone phoned in and said, "Help, officer, I'm being attacked. Over." And then he went, "Oh, well, great, it's over. I was getting worried about that," and just moved on to some eating and continued eating his donut or something.
Yeah.
There's so much silliness in that, and it's like attacking comedy just doesn't really achieve anything, I guess.
No, like yeah, I did see this, and the guy who voices Apu has kind of said he's willing to take the character to, I don't know, to kind of progress it into kind of the 21st century. And yeah, I guess it started in what, early 90s.
Yeah,
and
it's been going a while.
it's going to be dated, like some of the characters, and fans of The Simpsons are going to love Apu, and they don't really want him to change or anything or die, like be killed off. And I just think it's kind of political correctness taken a bit too far, which is happening a lot, I think, in many other cases. But I think it was a documentary made that went after Apu.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what sparked it, wasn't it? There was, I think that was written somewhere in the article, but it's quite funny how it's like selective censoring in a way, because there's quite a few stereotypes in The Simpsons that are actually quite negative. Like, I mean, I'm Scottish, and the Scottish character in The Simpsons
Willie
doesn't exactly shine us in a very good light. But Apu's actually like he's an immigrant that's come and made a life for himself, and he owns this store, and it's not a bad stereotype.
Yeah, it's just going about it the wrong way, like trying to make The Simpsons change for this new world. I think they should be looking more at news shows coming out that portray this type of American or this Indian immigrant in new lights. Like, I watch Aziz Ansari's Master of None. I don't know. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
on Netflix?
I do like that.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing couple of series now he's done on that. And yeah, he kind of plays on this stereotype of Indians, and he does it in a playful way, and it's a kind of progressive way, and it's not too like in your face, like. And I think they should be concentrating on other shows than rather trying to change a classic Simpsons character such as Apu. And he has been given years ago he's been given main storylines and in the forefront. And alright, he's a little bit of a stereotype, but he's not like on the surface character. He does have his depth to him, like portrayed within episodes. I know the one with him and his wife on Valentine's Day or something. I remember Elton John being in it, and there's another one of, I think it's quite recently, where he has his own band. I think he's the lead singer of their band, and he becomes big.
Yeah.
So I think, it's just a stupid political correctness gone too far, I think, and it's kind of irrelevant to bring it up.
Yeah.
And it's just,
especially because the show is basically it's based on stereotypes, right? There's not a character that I can think of that isn't some stereotype or another. I mean, I think maybe Lisa, but apart from the couple of the main characters that are like have their own character, they're all just like stereotypes that are funny and can be used in that way to create comedy.
Yeah, it's just all the characters are stereotypes if you think about it, and that's what comedy is just stereotyping and kind of playing on the stereotype as well. Like, I don't think it does it in a negative way with Apu. It's just,
well, it makes fun of everyone. That's like, it's not. If it was only certain characters that were being made fun of, then maybe they'd have a point. But it's just.
Exactly. I don't think the Simpsons' role. It's not the forefront of political change. It's not gonna. No. It's not gonna. I don't know. I just think it's a bit ridiculous trying to change a classic and beloved character. I don't know what apparently the Simpsons came out and said something. I don't know what they said.
Well, yeah, it says it here. So there was Yeah, there was an episode that they brought out recently where they kind of addressed it indirectly through the character of Lisa, and she said something that started decades ago and was applauded and inoffensive is now politically incorrect, and they kind of just went on to say, so, you know, shrugged shoulders, and they just kind of moved on, you know, and that's, you know, none apart from Hank Azaria, who does the voice of Apu, that no one else from the people that make The Simpsons said anything about it, you know.
Yeah, he was willing to step down or change the character, but I kind of don't want the guy to step down.
No,
like,
it feels like a kind of false gesture to try and kind of be the nice guy that, you know, but he's not had a problem playing the character for the past 20 years, so it feels like he's just kind of caving into like what he thinks people want, you know, and not being true to just him and what the character is.
Yeah, because a lot of the media in America is, well, show business is more leaning towards the left and trying to be progressive, and yeah, I guess to save his own ass, I guess he's come out and said this, but
yeah,
you know,
well, for sure, it's not an easy situation for him to be in, because he's the one that's been doing the voice, and incidentally, Apu's one of the rare characters in The Simpsons that I'm able to do the voice for, but I think I'll stay away from that for now.